Hey guys, this is Madam Graham, and I thought that in an effort to try to be helpful, I would record some audio over some of these PowerPoints that we'd done in class to help you understand better and to do those assignments, maybe if you haven't done them already. So, first, we're going to start with the agreement of adjectives. Now, the basic situation is this. The base word adjective. And what are adjectives? They're descriptor words. Very good. When they come out of the dictionary, they are always in the masculine singular. Okay. And then what we have to learn is how to change them from masculine singular to feminine singular. Okay. Which is not that hard, but we got to remember a couple of things. So we'll go through that. Most of making them plural is adding s's to the masculine form and es to the feminine form. So let's review all the forms, the different kinds of adjectives that we talked about, and how we make their changes. Now, again, here we are again, regular adjectives. Base word comes out of the dictionary as a masculine, and then we have to make the changes depending on who the subject of our sentence is. So, here's some examples. Grand, what does grand mean? Tall, very good. Petit, what does petit mean? Small or short. And fâché, right, fâché is mad. Fâché. Yeah. So these are how these adjectives come out of the dictionary. Now, so I would say il est grand, il est petit, and il est fâché. Okay, but if I want to describe something that's feminine, I have to add an E to each one of these. Okay, base word, add an E. So for this column, I would say elle est grande, elle est petite, and elle est fâchée. Good. Now for the plurals, we add S's. And beyond that, we have to remember that il est and elle become ils sont and elles sont. He is, she is, they are, and they are. So, ils sont grands. Don't hear that last consonant. It's okay. It's supposed to be seen and not heard. Ils sont petits. They are short. And ils sont fâchés. They are angry. And these are all male groups, male items, or male and female together. But here, elles sont grandes, elles sont petites, elles sont fâchées. That's four groups of all girls. Only girls. Okay? Now, the same but different are ready adjectives. Okay? These ready adjectives have a base word that already ends in an E, an unaccented E, naked E, as I like to say. So, when we make the feminine of the word, we have no change to make. None at all. So, il est jeune and elle est jeune. Do you remember what jeune means? Don't mistake it with jaune. Jeune means young. Okay? And jaune means yellow. It's related to the word for jaundice, like with liver disease or babies that have too much bilirubin when they're born. And of course, rouge is red. Now, there are some other words that we may encounter. like sympathique. I'm sorry that text is so large. Sympathique means that somebody is nice. Okay? It's often abbreviated as sympa, without all the tique on it. There's also, let me see if I can get this accent right, bête, which means that someone is crude or ignorant in the ways of being polite. They're very uncouth. Okay? So, again, bête, 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 bête. Il est bête. Ooh, I hope no one is. Elle est bête. Ils sont bêtes. Et ils sont rouges. Okay. Ooh, ils sont bêtes. Ils sont bêtes. Elles sont bêtes. Okay. I think that's all of the ones. I'll try to remember if there's any others that come up. Now, the third group that we looked at on our chart were adjectives that, once we change them from masculine to feminine, they look exactly like what they mean in English. Okay? For example, actif, to make it feminine, it would become active. And what does the adjective mean? Active. Okay? Now, I should back up and say that these English or anglicized adjectives, all of their base words are going to end in if. Okay? And that's how we'll recognize them when we look them up in the dictionary. Sportif will be sportive. Good. Try to say it before I get it typed. That won't be hard. Naif will be naive. Good. Which means naive, unaware, innocent. Créatif will be créatif. Aggressif, aggressive. I need to make that a little wider. What do you think? Okay. And for each one of these, for the plurals, we just add an S. I'm going to go back here to actif. S. Ils sont actifs. And elles sont actives. Okay. So active, athletic, naive, creative, aggressive. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Okay. Some adjectives we see are going to end in ER. Okay. Remembering that these are words that end in ER that are descriptive words, not verbs that end in ER. So we have to keep those guys separate, adjectives and verbs. So let's look at some examples of ER adjectives. First one that comes to my mind is cher. Okay, we all know the singer. We all know that she spent a lot of money to look like she does. So we're going to treat this almost like a regular adjective. We're going to put an E on the end of the base word. But I've got to go back here to this E that was already there. in the masculine word. And I'm going to change it to an E grave. See that negative slope on there? It's an E grave. So these two are going to sound pretty much alike. Share, share. Like what you do if you let other people use your things. You share, right? Masculine plural. Oops. Feminine plural. Il est cher, elle est chère. Ils sont chers, elles sont chères. Okay. Let's see if I can make these just a touch smaller. Well, that might have been a little too much small, but you know, we're running wild here. So I'm going to move these guys over. Where'd that go? Over there. That didn't work. Very good. Love it when the things I know should happen don't work. But that's you and me, guys, isn't it? That's the way our life works. All right. So let's look at another of our adjectives that end in ER as they come out of the dictionary. Well, it's a nice idea then, wasn't it? Premier. What do you think premier means? It means first. Very good. So I'm going to go back to that E that was there to begin with. I'm going to make it an E aigu. Rather, I'm going to make it an E grave. Well, maybe I'm not. Okay, so for the feminine, I'm going to put an E grave right there where the E was to begin with. Finish up the adjective and add the blank E. Now for the plural, I use the base word from the masculine, add an S. And for the feminine plural, sorry. Okay, so you see how that works? And this one does have a pronunciation shift. Premier, première, premier, première. The feminine forms are all going to sound like they end in air, what you breathe. Okay? So let me give you a couple to think about on your own. Dernier means last. Okay, étrangère should be an E aigu. Étranger, which means stranger or foreigner. And the last one is léger. Want to let me type? Léger, which means light. Not heavy, but light. Okay. The opposite of léger is lourd, which of course is a regular adjective. Now, you take a second and think about what the feminine and plural forms of these adjectives look like, and I'm going to type them in. Okay, I know you've got these figured out, but I'm going to type them in for you anyway. Dernier, dernière, dernier. Okay. Masculine, il est, elle est, ils sont, elles sont. Good. I'm going to pause, and when I come back, I'll have all the answers on here. All right, there are your adjectives. Remembering that all the adjectives that end in ER